I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. More than 100 people gathered outside the Cornwall campus of St. Luke's Cornwall Hospital earlier today in a show of opposition to the St. Luke's plan to reduce emergency room hours at its Cornwall facility. Hospital officials want to close Cornwall's emergency room between the hours of 10 p.m. and 10 a.m., citing a reduction in patient visits. But those who attended the news conference say those patient visit numbers aren't accurate representations and that area residents need the Cornwall branch emergency room to stay open 24 hours a day. Local Assemblyman James Skoufis even suggested the planned service reduction is only part of the hospital's future plans for its Cornwall facility.
This is important because it's not just about saving this ER. St. Luke's has been systematically decimating this hospital. Yes. Anyone who's been to this hospital, knows it's a shell of its former self. They've cut so much. Today is not just about saving the ER, although that is incredibly important because that's what we're facing right now. Today is about drawing a line in the sand and trying to save this whole hospital. They want, make no mistake, St. Luke's wants to close and sell this whole facility. And we're not going to let that happen. There is no money for our ER, but they've got plenty of money for their bonuses this year. That is shameful. That is absolutely shameful.
Since the State Department of Health must approve the proposed move, speakers vowed to push the agency to reject it. St. Luke's had wanted to implement the reduced emergency room hours by October 1st, but hospital officials now acknowledge that date is no longer viable, and they say they will continue their dialogue with elected officials. Closing arguments were being delivered today by defense attorney Gary Greenwald and prosecution special counsel Steve Lungin in the first-degree murder trial of Paul Novak, the town of Tustin man accused of killing his estranged wife Catherine back in 2008 and setting fire to their home in an attempt to cover up the crime and collect insurance money. Testimony in the trial concluded Monday with noted forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Baden telling the jury that Catherine Novak's death was a homicide and that she was killed by asphyxiation, which could include a form of strangulation. Closing arguments will be followed by Sullivan County Court Judge Frank Labuta's instructions to the jury. Then deliberations begin. Legal actions being taken against an asphalt plant currently under construction on Town of New Windsor property adjacent to Stewart Airport. Sandra Kassam with the environmental organization SPARK, the Stewart Park and Reserve Coalition, announced during this morning's meeting of the Stewart Airport Commission that legal action was filed in State Supreme Court in Goshen. Kassam says the decision was made to take legal action because no proper environmental impact review was conducted for the project that SPARK believes could pose a pollution threat for the nearby Stewart Forest. The asphalt plant, labeled a portable facility, is being built by the company that's resurfacing Stewart Airport's two main runways, plus a section of nearby Interstate 84. The $100 million runway resurfacing project will reportedly take 3 years to complete. Lawsuit calls for a public hearing and full environmental impact study. State police in Orange County are looking for the public's help in their investigation into a pair of hit-and-run crashes that injured 3 children on Route 6 in the town of Greenville. The first collision between a pickup truck and a minivan occurred at 9:15 Monday morning near Greenville Town Hall. The unidentified dark-colored pickup was westbound on Route 6 with a ladder or scaffolding extending across the sides of the truck bed. The ladder hit the minivan on the driver's side windshield, injuring the driver and 3 children inside. The pickup continued on Route 6 where it hit a second vehicle in the same way and sped off. Anyone with information about the truck or the driver is asked to call State Police in Middletown. The phone number is 845-344-5300. State Police in Sullivan County say a former Liberty resident is guilty of ripping off Medicaid and food stamp programs. 39-year-old John Martucci is facing charges of grand larceny and welfare fraud after reportedly receiving more than $3,800 in food stamp and welfare benefits he was not entitled to. Investigators say Martucci was tracked down after he moved to Connecticut and then Yonkers. In the town of Montgomery, construction has begun on a project that is expected to create 400 jobs. The 110-acre site on Neelytown Road will be transformed into a distribution center warehouse for United Natural Foods, the major distributor for Whole Foods. The 525,000 square foot warehouse will serve the company's New York metro area market. The warehouse is due to be completed next year. And while Orange County Partnership President Maureen Hallahan has called the project economic development at its best, local union leaders say they had hoped more local union laborers would be used. Sun glare continues to be our only weather-related issue this week. That and chilly temperatures during the early morning hours. And the nice weather will continue. Wednesday will be sunny with the highs in the range of 70 to 75 degrees. Mostly sunny again on Thursday with temperatures also reaching the low 70s. Get an edge on the day by starting it with the Times-Herald Record. And stay on top of breaking news all day long right here at Record Online. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.